Welcome back to 50 is the New Fabulous. I'm Lisa, and I believe you're never too old to get in the best shape of your life. Today's video is all about bone health, because building stronger bones will set you up for a longer, healthier life and a firmer, fitter body as well. Maintaining bone health is essential at all stages of our life, but it's especially important after menopause, when we lose approximately 2% of our bone density every year for several years. But while aging is inevitable, bone loss doesn't have to be. There is a lot that you can do to reduce bone loss and increase your bone's density or strength. So I'm going to show you 10 brilliant tips to maintain bone density at any age, even after menopause. The first thing that you can do for your bones is to eat anti-inflammatory foods. Inflammation causes a lot of diseases in the body, and it's especially bad for bone health. The worst foods that cause inflammation are those that have added sugars or are high in saturated fats, or both. Things like pastries, cakes, soft drinks, red meat. Foods that are anti-inflammatory include olive oil, green leafy vegetables like spinach and kale, nuts and seeds, oily fish like salmon and tuna, and some fruits, especially berries, cherries, and oranges. I also must give special mention to prunes. Prunes are like a multivitamin for your skeleton. They're just a fantastic mix of potassium, magnesium, vitamin K, and polyphenols. These are all vitamins and minerals that really benefit your skeleton. Along with eating the right kinds of foods, my next tip for strong bones is to limit your alcohol consumption. Alcohol affects hormones that play a role in bone building. Specifically, it increases our levels of cortisol and parathyroid hormone, and it decreases the production of estrogen. And this really messes about with your body's ability to build strong bones. The recommended safe level of alcohol consumption for women to maintain bone health is no more than 2 standard drinks per sitting per day. Speaking of drinking, my third tip for strong bones is to get enough calcium in your diet, and one of the quickest ways to do this is to drink more milk. If you don't get enough calcium, you're at a very high risk for bone loss and fractures. The recommended daily intake is 1,000 milligrams, and if you're over 50, it's 1,300 milligrams. The very best sources of calcium are dairy products, especially milk, yogurt, cheese. A lot of people don't eat dairy. If you're one of those, then you need to get your calcium from non-dairy sources. Look for milk substitutes that are calcium fortified, such as soy milk or almond milk. Canned fish, such as salmon, which has the bones in it. Nuts like almonds, and dark leafy greens like spinach and kale. And also soy foods like tempeh and tofu are good sources. But look, it doesn't really matter where you get your calcium from, as long as you do get enough. Speaking of which, I think it's calcium happy hour. A cheeky bouquet. South side of the paddock, I think. Bottoms up. Time to get out of the kitchen now and make the most of all that calcium with my fourth tip, which is to get a little sunshine. Isn't the sun wonderful? Especially first thing in the morning. I just love it. And it's really good for you too. Experts say that we need about 10 to 15 minutes of sun exposure a couple of times a week. That's without sunscreen, because the sun is essential to activate vitamin D in our bodies. It helps with the synthesis of the vitamin D. And vitamin D is essential for bone health. It also aids with the absorption of calcium and phosphate that we eat. So try and get some sun. Don't be scared of it. If you can't get natural sunlight, then there's a good chance that you're deficient in vitamin D. So you should get your levels checked, and if it's shown that you are low in vitamin D, you probably need to take a supplement.
My fifth tip is to walk at least 5,000 steps every day.
Walking is one of the easiest ways to build stronger bones. The repeated impact of your feet striking the ground is like strength training for your entire musculoskeletal system. 5,000 steps a day, which is about 4 kilometers or 2.5 miles, can preserve bone density in women aged 50 to 65. You can use a Fitbit or pedometer to track your steps, and all walking counts, even round the shops. Yay! And tip number 6 is to jump or skip every day as well. Of course, you can also jump and skip indoors. Even if your room isn't big enough to swing a cat, it's going to be big enough to swing an imaginary rope. Every time you land after a jump, it puts pressure on your leg and hip bones, which makes them stronger over time. So try and do a little bit of skipping every single day. You can do what I do, skip the housework. You can even jump in water. It's fantastic. You don't get hot and sweaty. Along with walking and skipping, you really should be doing strength training. Strength training causes muscles to pull on the bones, which activates bone building cells in your body. It's brilliant for bone health. It has numerous other benefits, of course. It increases your metabolism, burning more fat, and gives you an amazing shape. For the best bone health results, you should aim for 3 full body massage.
Massage. 3 full body massage. Okay.
Yes, 3 full body massages a week. I recommend you do 3 full body strength training sessions per week, working on your large muscle groups. So your chest, your legs, your glutes, your arms and your shoulders and back. You get the best results. And if you're just starting out with weight training, I do recommend that you see a professional because you have to learn correct technique first. My 8th tip for strong, healthy bones is to get more active. You see, your bones are either building up or breaking down all the time, depending on the signals that you send them. As we get older, our cells need more stimulation to get into bone building mode. That means doing something active for at least 30 minutes every single day. And if you're postmenopausal, it's recommended you're active for 60 minutes every day. But whatever activity you choose to do, my 9th tip is to avoid a workout rut. You see, your body is really good at adapting to any kind of routine, and your bones are not going to get any stronger if you keep doing the same kind of exercise over and over. So try and do different types of activity like swimming, running, walking, cycling, dancing, Pilates, yoga, strength training, jumping. Try to always keep your body guessing so that you keep continuing to strengthen your bones. And all that exercise is going to guarantee you get a great night's sleep too. My 10th and final tip for strong bones is you do have to get enough sleep. I know it's easier said than done. But sleep deprivation can increase your risk of inflammation and osteoporosis. In another study of women over 45, those that got 6 or less hours sleep a night had less bone density than the lucky women who got 8 hours sleep a night. So it is crucial. So you know what you have to do? You have to grab a cute little puppy and snuggle in, and lights out.